When I dropped Girlfriend, I got into a little bit of trouble. When I wrote Asiwaju, I got into a little bit of trouble because of the political side of it. I make music from how I feel, and I'm very unapologetic about it. Once you leave a label in Nigeria, there's this call you ungrateful already. Many people don't want to associate with that person. And I was like, anything will happen, it may happen, you understand? I'm taking a bet on myself and let me see how it goes, you understand me? But as long as you have God, that's the person you should hold. I just talk to him. Whatever happens to my career, whatever happens to me, I will accept it. Just take control, you feel me? That tweet just came out of nowhere. I love Ruger's Make Way so much. I was like, where did this come from? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did this happen? Like, and I was like, yeah, we're back in business, baby. Yo, what's up, my people? It's Ruger out here, and I just spoke my truth. Afrobeats Intelligence.
Afrobeats Intelligence, presented by OkayAfrica.
Democratizing African music with Joey Akan.
Hello, brother.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, brother.
We're supposed to do this in December, but something came up and we couldn't execute.
Yeah.
But since that time, I think I saw you in Bielsa.
Yes.
Yeah. We went.
Yeah, I remember. Yes. We met at the airport. We met on the plane.
Yeah, Timaya Day. You had a great performance there.
Thank you so much, brother.
What do you experience when you go to these places that aren't the extremely populous cities to perform? Is there anything specific you experienced there?
Well, I think it's always a different vibe when you go to places that are not really, popular or populous like that, because many of those people don't get to see us every time.
Yeah.
So when they see us, it's energy all through. It's not like when we are performing in Lagos here, everybody is Oga, you understand what I'm saying? So you can be performing and some people will be sitting down looking at you because many people have seen you many times. You understand what I'm saying? But somewhere like Bielsa and some other places, if you go to Akwa Ibom, you understand all those kind of places.
That's where I'm from, Akwa Ibom.
You see, like you experience that first love at first sight. It's that kind of thing, and it happens. It doesn't only happen like only in Nigeria. When you go to some countries, the artists, like popular artists, don't go every time. It is
the same.
It is the same. I'll give an example. Like Australia is really far from the whole world.
Yeah, that's down
far from where.
That's down under, man.
You understand, from where everything is happening. You understand. Anytime we go there, like we had there was a festival last year, Promised Land Festival. We went there and it was amazing because like these people haven't seen Afrobeat artists for like how many years. The last time I was in Australia was 2022.
Yeah.
So, it's energy. They've been waiting for this moment. So it's different. It's different.
Oh, that's beautiful. Because I come from Akwa Ibom, and I schooled 4 years in University of Uyo, and I think my best moments in that school socially were the moments when a big brand would go on tour, and then they'd bring. I remember Etisela would bring in, was it Timaya, and a few other people, and that was beautiful. Those moments when you ask a lot of people who come into music, or people who, whether as a professional or people who come in as artists, they tell you, a number of them tell you, I watched this person perform in my little hole somewhere, and now it inspired me. But someone like you has toured a lot.
Yeah.
See the smile on
I have.
What do you find exciting about touring? Why are you so drawn to it?
I think it's my favorite part of being an artist.
Yeah.
Getting to see the people that love the sound I bring out. It's a very good way to connect and to encourage yourself. Sometimes if you don't get to experience that as an artist, you might actually downplay what you think you have achieved, or what you don't even know what you have achieved until you experience that.
Yeah.
It's beyond the digital success. It's beyond it's beyond everything that we're seeing online.
Yeah.
It is physical. It's you and these
Your
people. You and your people. Like, it's just like speaking to each other, you know, heart to heart, singing to each other. And it's a very real experience. You know, it's just because me, I know they cry like that. So supposing some people will cry. It's very emotional.
Is it? I've heard. I've never been. Okay, I've been on stages a few times, not as a performer, of course, but I hear artists say the first time you experience that rush, it hits. It's the sweetest drug.
Definitely is. Yeah, like I said, it would almost make you cry.
But you've never cried.
No, but my manager has cried once.
For real? For real?
Yo, when
where was this?
It was Australia last year.
Oh,
like,
the love was that good.
Yo, when I finished performing, he like hugged me and was tearing up.
Oh,
I was like, yo, brother, chill.
Yeah, those uniting people on the music. It's such an emotional thing.
Music is very deep,
and that's why it has the reaction it has from people. That's why it has the ability to manipulate your emotional states, give you hope. Yeah. It just inspires sometimes. It could lead you to anything. But for you, when you started making music, what were you trying to achieve?
Fame first.
Why fame?
Definitely. For us that are like on the streets, that started on the streets, the main motivation is seeing everybody that has blown up and be like, I want to be like this person. I want to blow up. That's the first motivation first.
What's attractive about that, blowing up?
It is when you have a talent, you want to get people to listen to you. And especially for someone that don't have any other way out, you understand, of whatever situation they're in. It is a very big motivation, you understand? When you see people that, I have this talent, maybe my education is not going well, maybe this work I'm doing is not going well, you understand? Like, maybe my job is not favoring me, but I have this talent. Hopefully, I'll be able to put music out there and people, you know, get to listen to it and I get out of this situation that I am. You understand? That's the first thing, man. That's the first thing. For a boy that's from the street or a girl that's from the street that started from wherever they started from, yes, that's the first thing.
A lot of people from the hood use music as a get out tool. We know that. But can you compare it to a person who wants to leave the hood but has a passion for something more empirical, physical, like maybe making cement or selling things? So do you think those things are the same? Me, I have music. This will take me out of the hood. I make pens. This will take me out of the hood.
So it's different things.
Why?
Because it's different. Because so for someone that is making cement, man, like, you have to be someone that will invest in you.
Yeah.
I think it's actually almost the same.
Yeah.
Because you have to get an investor that will take your business higher.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Same thing as music. Some people invest in them. So some people have a little bit of the money that they have to pour into the music. But you still need that person that will just like,
and that's the trenches.
Yeah.
So how does that now relate to artistic brilliance? So if someone's motivation for leaving music, for doing music as poverty, is to escape poverty or improve their station in life, where does artistic brilliance come in then?
Well,
improving the art, all of that. Where does that come in? What now inspires that?
Well, definitely, the passion is already there. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like the more you do, like my My manager will always tell me like, treat music like it's football. Like a player that hasn't trained for how many weeks might get on the pitch and not perform properly.
Or tear
You understand?
ACL.
Or you understand, you could tear your ACL. Or own ACL day, you understand?
Sure.
You could tear your ACL or you lack confidence. It's all those kind of things. But as soon as you get into that scenery, you have to find a way to improve yourself because first of all, you want to grow every year.
Yeah.
You want to grow, even if it's every month, whatever. You want to always grow. You understand? To always get your money up at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You understand? And you just have to do things. You have to make research. You have to be in that space of music that this is my only way out. This is the only thing I have. You understand? I'm going to find every way to make sure that it works for me. You understand? Wherever I need to switch, I'm going to switch. Wherever I need to maintain that lane, and I know that people just love this thing, I'll keep giving them. You understand? That's the way it is, man.
I'm trying to tie this reason why a lot of people make music down to bigger industry things.
Yeah.
I take for example now, 8 years ago, or was it 9 years ago, nearly a decade, we attracted a new wave of international attention.
Yeah.
And we just had money flood the system.
Yeah.
And with that, we have seen a lot of music. We've seen albums. We're trying to re-engineer the industry to become an album-led industry. We've had more projects in the last 10 years than we did the 10 years before.
Yeah.
Major project status. What now happens in a system where artists now have, and like now what we have, artists now have the money, and then this hunger part, this drive from lack does not exist. Where do you think people would find the inspiration?
People are very different.
Yeah.
The way you handle something is different from the way I'll handle my own situation.
Yeah.
Some people get there and forget. When the money comes, you understand? Some people get carried away. Some people find it as a motivation to actually use that money to make more money, to improve themselves.
Yeah.
You understand? It just comes down to who you are, the type of person you are. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, man. If you're not that type of person, once the money comes, you get carried away and you be like, okay, yeah, this is it. Whatever I drop, they will enjoy it. Whatever I do, they will enjoy it.
That's interesting. I'm beginning to look at it from all of those perspectives. And for you, was it this need to escape the hood that made you discover Patois? Or made you go the way of Patois or or Caribbean influences?
I was trying.
What did you try first?
You hear the first song, it was not nice at all. But I was like, it's not that it was not nice. It was not different. You understand? I had this small book, this small diary where I used to like write songs and keep.
Yeah.
You understand? So when I started recording, I just picked those songs and go and record and try. Many of the songs were just like childish rhymes, or they were not really as hard as I would put it, but some of them were good.
Yeah.
But most of them were not like up to the standard. But there was this particular one that I did. It had it was like a freestyle. I used Popcorn Silence.
Yeah.
I used Popcorn Silence to make, when I listened to Popcorn Silence, I just used it to just make that song. The name of the song is Warning.
Warning.
Yeah, they wanna murder my head. I swear me, I no fear them. If you can see from Silence, what will you tell when you are buying you? Be my careful, you can't fight in her. Just like that. And when I recorded that song, Cook Beats just told me like, bro, I think we'll go this route. I think this is something that you're really good at. The way your voice, the texture of your voice works with this sound. I think let's start jumping on dancehall. Let's start making research on dancehall and see. Let's not just do the normal Afro beats, the wild up your ways, all those kind of things. Let's find something new. And when I recorded that song, that was the beginning of the Patois thing for me. You understand? I started using it, started enjoying doing it, and that's the way we are able to create that sound together.
So you guys both co-created it after you stumbled on that.
Yeah.
And when you went down your Patois rabbit hole,
Yeah.
what pockets of our culture did you think of course you've been successful at it,
Yeah.
but what pockets of our culture did you think would work? I'm trying to find the intersection between dancehall and Afrobeats, or what we call our Nigerian pop music. How did you find that middle ground, that sweet spot?
If you go back in the day,
Yeah,
dancehall was really big in Nigeria.
true.
Really big.
Yeah,
On this shop, because I remember like growing up, I used to ride and go to parties. Like when I was really young, I would just sneak and just go there when they're having. Because I was born in Festac Town
yeah.
before I moved to Ojodu. I was born in Festac Town. There was this like open place where parties always happen in the area that time. I would just sneak out of my gate and be there. They play Afro beats and dancehall almost every time. Like it was a very big mix.
Why were you sneaking out?
Huh?
Why were you sneaking out?
Why not go sneak? I was not even up to 10.
For real?
Yeah. I was not even up to 10. But I knew how to dance, so I would just come and just be somewhere just shaking my body, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. Dancehall and Afro beats, yeah, they have been like very good together.
Yeah.
You understand? And it was easy for me because growing up and understanding that, I was able to infuse that properly, whereby I can use a dancehall beat and also make sure I infuse our Nigerian lamba, just put a few there so they will understand that I'm Nigerian. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to, just mix everything together properly. You feel me? Yeah. Just like bounce.
True.
As dancehall as that song is, I just started, Ninja boy, me not fear nothing. Me, I'm like money, how they smell like. I have to put that in there.
And when you make these records, you mentioned that one of the reasons why the first song you recorded you didn't like was because it wasn't different.
Yeah.
What does different mean to you as regards the records you make?
I mean, the way I make my records or how sometimes I don't even understand myself, but I just find out that I'm doing it. You understand?
How do you approach making music?
I love making music from the scratch.
Okay.
Like I like to see the keyboard around. Whatever instruments I'm putting on it, I like to see everything around. Even if we're going to make it from the computer already. You understand? I like to see everything around because I grew up in a church.
Yeah.
You understand? And I was in a choir. All these things is what I'm like really used to and familiar with. So
what were you singing in the choir?
I was singing hymns and all of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't always sing, but I used to play the drums
Oh, yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's the way I make music. It helps me, be free first. It's not, we don't start too serious like, oh, play beats. I don't do that every time. Most of the songs I have made started like from just chilling in the studio. Cook beats, we just be playing the keyboard, start with some progression, and the ideas will start coming, and we start putting it in the mic and packing everything together, putting the beats together, and just to make It's a longer process,
Yeah.
but it's always worth it.
And yeah, the quality of the impact shows that it works, and that's why I'm interested in it. I'm also interested in things like the writing process. How do you visualize it? Because half the time, especially with this your new project, you've gotten into trouble for your writing.
When have I not gotten into trouble for my writing?
I can't think of a reality.
When I dropped Girlfriend, I got into a little bit of trouble. When I wrote Asiwaju, I got into a little bit of trouble because of the political side of it. I make music from how I feel, and I'm very unapologetic about it, because that makes me feel free to do how I like. And when I'm happy, I make very good music. Like, I make the best sounds I can bring out of myself. And that's just it. My life experiences, what I'm seeing now in front of me, is how I make music. You know, if I'm in a relationship, if I'm heartbroken, if I'm playing around, if I have too many girls in one room with me, I'm going to put it in a song. You understand? Always build all these things, like, it goes over people's heads. So I understand that, and I don't take like these things to heart when some people say some things about my lyrics. I feel like people that relate to it. So they are the people that will enjoy it. And mind you, some people that act like they don't like it, when the song eventually like goes viral, they're going to, you understand, dance at the end of the day. I don't know what to do with people, but just enjoy. I'm just enjoying myself.
Okay. So for a record like, let me just pick one of these records.
Yeah.
For a record like, let's say Asiwaju, for example, you did the correlation between, being ahead and our current political reality. Mm-hmm. And the people who pick a problem with that, why do they pick a problem with that? I think art should mirror reality. I believe in that. I believe art, music especially, should mirror reality. Mm-hmm. And we've seen records about Big Mitch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a guy who just got out of jail.
Got out of jail, yeah.
Yeah.
Feel like Big Mitch.
Exactly. So we see all of these records. Nigeria comes from a country where our artists have always mirrored society. So whether it's the party parts, you'd find those people there, or if the protest part, we have Fela, our luminary for that. So I like to think culture is being continued. And the best way to make music to me is what's happening to you, telling your story.
It's easier to write that way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it's anchored in reality?
Because, in fact, I'll be able to put in the right words, the right double entendres and everything.
Yeah.
I'll be able to put it properly because it's how I'm feeling.
The writing for this, your new project, Blown Boy.
Yeah.
What are you feeling this time?
I'm giving myself credit. You understand? I'm giving myself the credit I don't normally give myself. You understand?
You don't always give yourself credit.
Oh, me, I criticize myself a lot. There's a way I handle myself. Sometimes I have to see. I don't know how I'll put it. When I went on tour last year, I felt something I've never felt before.
What was that? Can you just put it in words? If you can. What was that feeling?
I just felt like I was bigger than I think I placed myself. Because being here alone, being here in Nigeria, Nigerians can make you feel like maybe because the song is not on the chart.
Yeah.
They can make you feel like you're not advancing. Mm-mm. But it's bigger than that.
But isn't that because you consume social media a lot?
No.
If you do,
It's not about consuming social media a lot.
Because you're big, you're ruga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are some songs that maybe I put out but didn't get traction here in Nigeria.
Okay.
But when I perform it outside the country, when I perform it to people outside, they're singing it back to me. I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know that this song. Sometimes I might even want to remove it out of my set list that I don't think they know this song. You feel me? But my manager will be like, let's just perform it and see. Bam. They're singing it back to me and it's on my set list.
That happened in Australia?
It happened. It happens everywhere. You understand? And
what made finish. I'm just trying to get to what made Australia so different.
Or what made Australia?
Finish your line of
so
thought.
like that gave me a lot of encouragement, and I was like, just keep doing what you're doing. You understand? Whatever people say, whatever people think, doesn't even define you, because there's a future.
Yeah.
You understand? There's a future to catch. There's a future you're chasing. And people now cannot write the future. Nobody can write the future.
True.
When it happens, people will have to conform. People will have to march along with you when the whole story switches beyond what they think about you.
Last year, why I'm very interested in Australia was last year you had a lot of changes in your professional life.
Yeah.
You left your old record label.
Yeah.
You created yours.
Yeah.
And then you began to surge ahead for the first time as a record label boss and as your own person.
Yeah.
Now it's you building the shelter for others now.
Yeah.
And something you said that really got to me at some point, and which connects with this, is you said you were down in the dumps. You didn't feel great about yourself. You didn't feel great about your direction. And then I think it was Wizkid that hit you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Wizkid that
He didn't hit me up. He just posted something.
Oh yeah, he posted your record.
Yeah.
And then that gave you a new burst of energy.
Yes, I needed that at that time because after leaving the label, there were lots of comments about it. Some people were saying, this is the last year you're going to tour. It's not, this is the end. You understand? You are finished. This and that. And you know, not everybody was like willing to like help in any way, like, to like, you know, once you leave a label in Nigeria, there's this call you ungrateful already. You understand?
Yeah, exactly. Public sentiment.
You feel me? It's always like that. And many people don't want to associate with that person. You understand what I'm saying?
Within the industry.
It might be like that. It happens. You understand? Because you left a label. So I was battling that. I had to meet a lot of people and, you know, tell them, okay, just like reintroducing myself, doing a lot of things from the scratch. It was stressful, I'm not going to lie. It's not easy to leave a label. You understand?
Yeah, because you got to build your own system.
You have to build your own system. So it was just like starting everything over and over again. And but because like I was strong inside. I was also down. Do you understand? But I was still strong. I was even on tour. At that time, I was on tour in Europe. When that tweet just came out of nowhere, I haven't spoken to Wiz since, I don't know, like, I think 2022 was the last time I ever spoke to Wiz. That tweet just came out of nowhere. And this particular song, Make Way, wasn't getting traction in Nigeria at all. You understand? It was there, but it wasn't like so when he just tweeted, I love Ruga's Make Way so much, I was like, where did this come from? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did this happen? Like,
Did it feel like a sign?
it felt like a sign to me. It felt like a sign that I just have to keep doing it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was almost even getting tired. I was like, oh more, waiting man go do like this. How am I going to go? He says nobody's gonna tell you it's easy. Anybody that is telling you that after that you go through that type of change, it's easy. That person is lying to you. It's not gonna be easy. So I went through that change knowing I'm about to face one of the craziest times in my career. And me, I'm a very I make decisions slowly.
Okay. You love to consider things.
But once I make that decision, I don't care about the consequences. You understand? So at this point, I was like, anything will happen, it may happen. You understand? I'm doing this. I'm taking a bet on myself. And let me see how it goes. You understand me? So it was hard, but I kept going.
Yeah.
You know? Some people said, someone wrote under my comment, this is the last year you're going to tour, which was last year.
That's very direct. Usually the basic trolls would say this is the last time you would have a hit. But touring is very direct.
Deep. It's deep. He said, this is the last year you're going to tour. Look at it now. I'm touring US. I'm touring Europe. I'm touring the UK again. I'm touring Europe for the third time.
Yeah.
Back to back, 3 consecutive years. If you let people get deep into your heart, get deep into your soul, because people will say whatever they like. But as long as you have God, that's the person you should hold. Because he's the only way.
Sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
I just talk to him. That just, whatever happens, I just need you to just, whatever happens to my career, whatever happens to me, I will accept it. You understand?
Yeah.
But like, just take control. You feel me?
When did you start feeling like, you were back on your game, you were balanced now?
I think it was Toma Toma.
Yeah, that was a beautiful record.
Yeah, that was it.
That was a beautiful record. I saw you perform it in Bielsa, still on that day. Yeah.
No, that performance was crazy.
Was too crazy. Was way too crazy.
I think Toma Toma, because when I released that song, like I said, it was different from what people were releasing.
Yeah, it was.
This is Brazilian funk. It's Bale funk. So the whole situation, the whole change motivated me to go deep into looking for something, you understand, that is different from, what everyone is doing, what everyone wants to release. You feel me? Yes, Toma Toma was it. Like, Toma Toma just brought everything to light again. I was like, yeah, we're back in business, baby.
Beautiful. Well, so that's the way this impacted your creativity. So the more turmoil you had on the business side, that chaos, that entropy, how you react to it creatively is to go deeper.
It happens like that. Me, I go deeper with everything, whether turmoil or happiness or
Yeah.
Everything, I go deeper. Nobody should think about this thing any other way. I just go deeper.
Yeah, just the guy who goes hard.
Goes hard and goes deeper.
Okay. Okay. And how has it been running your label, Bloom Boy?
It's been normal, It's been.
What did you have to learn in that process?
Oh, like, I think the way I react to things, you understand? Sometimes, before, like, I would, if something's, maybe there's a mistake or there's something going on, I'll react, I will be explosive, you understand? But I learned to, immediately something happens that is wrong, solution, the time that you're using to be explosive and be exploding up and down, it could be finding solution at that time.
True.
So first, calm myself down. You know, now we don't be CEO now. You feel me? Calm myself down and say, oh, what's the solution? You know, how can we go about it? Fine, I'm pissed about it, but there definitely will have to be a solution. You understand?
So you became less reactive and more responsive.
Yes. That's the English.
Yeah, because the weight of that office, now you're responsible for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now you have to drive a vision that's bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
There are more careers tied to you.
Yeah.
Both on a professional level and on an artistic level.
Yeah.
Have you signed anybody yet?
No.
Or you've just not announced?
No, I've not signed anybody yet though.
So when you do get to that point, what would you be looking out for?
Oh, somebody that maybe almost better than me. Yeah.
Why is that the criterion?
It's a strong criteria for me because I need someone that will bust my head. I'll just be like, this boy bad or this girl bad or something like. Should like maybe even better than me. In fact,
why this is surprising is a lot of people would sign. A number of people would sign people that they can connect with their artistry, but just that's because they like them. But with you, it's more about qualitative ability, and it has to be better than you.
Better than me. You understand? Better than me.
Okay.
Just like you pray for your son to be better than you, like to be more successful than you. That's the type of person I want.
So you feel paternal now?
Yes, now. Yes.
Okay. And so giving yourself credit on Blown Boy Rule, in what way does this show up?
If you look at the first track, Reintroduction, that's me telling about my story, where I came from, how I started, how my music is doing, how I'm telling everybody, go inside. It's time for Ruga to come out. You understand? That is it. Reintroducing myself. Like, oh, you guys forgot who I was. This is who I am. Remember. Oh, now you clock. Amazing. Now go inside. You understand it?
Yeah.
That's how I felt in that reintroduction. And you know, I this is the funny thing about that intro.
Yeah.
I started the vibe since 2021. I started with reintroduce myself, I'm Ruga. That's where I stopped since 2021.
So you just held that line?
I just held that line since 2021. Reintroduce myself, I'm Ruga.
How did you know you needed reintroduction in 2021?
I don't know, but I knew that I couldn't continue because I haven't really lived what I wanted to say in that song.
Okay.
Then I went on with reintroduce myself, I'm Ruga, girl, them skelachi, them malam suya, right from SS3. That's when I knew that I'm gonna be a big star. So I threw that chemistry textbook away. Then I moved out of my father's house, started to cook that. You understand? I'm putting my story in everything and putting how blown I am now into the song. You just say 1 minute, whatever, introduction about myself and everything. I had to leave what I wanted to say in that song. And I've started since 2021.
Yeah.
So when I felt like I hadn't lived what I felt like I would be able to say in that song, I stopped. I just left it there. And guess when I recorded that intro?
When?
I had an old intro. I recorded it last December.
Oh.
I recorded it last December. Because I wrote it that December. I was like, yes, now I've gotten my intro. Then I recorded it and added it to the album.
What could keep something that you've done a number of records, maybe between 2021 and now, you've probably recorded maybe 1,000 songs.
Yeah.
Because you're always working. And what would make a line like that hold meaning for you and stay top of mind up until this point?
I don't even think he stayed top of my mind. He just came back.
Okay.
I think it's God that brought it back for me, man. Because I would have just gone with like the intro I had before. Now the song I put as the intro, in fact, now is now even it has come down. You understand? Yes, it just came back. It was not like on top of my mind. Out of trying to look for, like, I'm a perfectionist. I was just like, is there something I need to add again? Is there something I need to put in this album? Is there something that is not yet? Because first of all, my team they were already arguing on what song should be the number one song, and I don't like that. You understand? Like, because what I put there, I feel is good, and now you're telling me like you feel like this one should be up. That means there's something wrong.
But you have a team that has very high standards.
No, I let everybody say how they feel. Because I don't have yes men around me, man. I have people that scold me in my team. You feel me?
You're CEO now. You have a business to run.
You understand? So I was just like, okay, that means there's something. I didn't even tell them when I was recording that song. It's like I'll just do it and just send it to the group and like, let's see what they will say now.
And when you sent it, what did they say?
They were like, "This is it. Thank you." Esco. This is it. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
Okay.
And I said, I just sent it. This is my album intro. Thank you guys so much. They were like, yes, I agree. Yes, this is it.
Was this the first time was this one of the few rarest times everyone has ever agreed on something?
Everyone always agrees. But this one was like different. It's the album, and we will fight, we will reconcile.
Yeah.
You understand me? Yeah. They were just, it's not like, the song was good.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were arguing about what song should come first.
It's not
your intro is supposed to slap.
Yeah, true.
So I was pissed. I was like, and then I didn't even mention it to them that I was pissed that about the fact that they were arguing about this.
Yeah.
I had to just go into my head and find something that I'm not going to argue with these people or tell them that this is what I want and this is how it's going to be. I just said, let me just go and see what I can bring out. And he came back.
And why is it important that you give yourself credit? Because you work a job where the feedback loop you have is very external. So music is subjective. It goes into the public. It is consumption that gives it, even though it has intrinsic value by nature of its existence, but it is the level of consumption that gives it its commercial value and its functional value. It's when people connect to it, that's when it begins to have functional value. But for the most part, when an artist like you hits that has achieved commercial success, you have the world give you credit all the time. I know creativity is a job that requires a lot of self-awareness and the way I'll call it, self-flagellation. You're beating yourself up all the time in a beat to become better. Why is it important now that credit is what you have to give yourself or tell yourself?
Like, I'm beating my chest and telling me, this is what I've achieved, this is what I'm going to achieve still. I have to remind myself. You understand? Sometimes, as a human being, I'll forget. You understand? So whenever I forget, I have that, I have this songs to listen to and to remind myself again that yes, I'm going to continue doing this.
Good. And for this, so with Blown Boy Roo, Bloomberg, not Bloomberg, sorry, Root to the World.
Rule the world, yeah.
Your first project.
Yeah.
You were kind of green. You had just
Yeah.
come into the space.
Yeah.
You had started enjoying your commercial success.
Yeah.
Discovering who you are, learning
Yeah.
parts of yourself. With this one, what's different now with Ruga?
With this one, I feel like the sound,
Okay.
first of all, is very much different. The sound is different. Again, the energy around it is different.
Yeah.
Energy is very important.
True.
The energy around Rule the World was like tour life. You understand?
Yeah.
As you can see, the intro, the first song on the album was Tour. It was like tour life. Tour life. Tour life. I made that album when I was on tour.
What is tour life? What does how is life on tour? Not the performances, but life.
It's a rush. Planes, back to back, no sleep. Sometimes my meat food way, like, all those kind of things, is different kind of things. Like, it's always a rush with tour. There's no real resting time.
And then you have to wake up every other night and go put on magic.
Yes. And most of the time after the performance, you have to go straight to the airport.
True. But you do seem to have fun. You've got a lot of women on you.
Yeah.
You do seem to.
That's stress too now. Come on.
Is it?
Plenty women is stress. You don't know that. You know that. I mean, yeah.
Well, yes. Yes. Yes.
Plenty women is stress.
Yeah, but you handle it well.
I try my best,
Yeah.
I
This is it's really hard work.
hard work, but that's it. Like the whole thing that has happened, like during that tour, is what I just put it together, and just I have to experience something. Feel me? For this album, I was more relaxed. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. I took my time to make sure I lay everything down properly the way I want it laid down. You understand? And yes, just me reflecting. It's more of reflecting. It's not like a lot of things were happening at that time.
Yeah.
It was just reflecting what had happened in the past year. You understand? Reflecting, calmly putting everything in the album.
And when you reflect, do you consider, so when I think about your trajectory, last year you also did one of the things that's very uncommon in the space. You did a joint project with Benson.
Yeah.
Beautiful project.
Yeah.
I saw some people complain that when it didn't get its deserved recognition at the Headies.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw some people complain.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the strength of how beautiful it was and the impact it had on people. And I'm wondering, what's the significance of making a project like that?
It just shows that coming together even makes it better.
Was that why you accepted to do it?
One of the reasons. It even makes it better, you understand? And we're able to create amazing music. You understand?
Yeah.
Very good music. And I'm glad that the people loved it. The people are the most important. You understand? That's who we wanted to catch. You understand? And we caught the people. The people they have us in their minds and in their heads and in their ears. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the main significance of that project, and it did amazingly well. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's still doing well.
Yeah, it's still doing well. It's one of the rarest times. Those things don't happen in the industry. Because 1 minute it felt like you guys were at loggerheads.
Yeah.
And then the next minute there's an album. It felt like a marriage of some sort.
Yeah,
Because you guys are forever tied together.
feel me, like, because we understood that it's the fans that caused
The rift.
the whole rift. So let's make something to bring them together. Very amazing stuff.
Yes. It is. And now you came into the space. You've experienced a lot
Mm-hmm.
in your how many years now? You've been around since
4 years now.
4 years now.
Yeah.
Wow, in 4 years you're now CEO. That is super charging. That's amazing.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. I remember and all of this is happening for you.
Yeah.
You started out trying to leave the trenches.
Yeah.
Along the way, you discovered your sound.
Mm-hmm.
You went in on it. It gave you success. You've experienced what it means to go through like a period of turmoil.
Yeah.
Professional turmoil. You've climbed. You've
Mm-hmm.
ascended. And what is driving you now? Because you've left the hood. You've done it. You've seen everything that you were pining for. What's driving you now?
What's driving me now, man? People I'm surrounded by, my family, my friends, my team, my own little team. That's what's driving me now, man. Those are the people, like, making me do most of the things I'm doing. Because I know that, yeah, my family's behind me. I have my team behind me. I have my friends, my real friends behind me. And I have my fans behind me. I have to keep going. You understand? If I stop doing this, if I get tired of doing this, or if I feel like I can't do it again, I'll only be disappointing these people. You understand? And I'll also disappoint myself.
Why are they that important to
They're
you?
very important to me.
Why?
A lot of people, see, this is the thing. Take, for instance, even the people that work with me. Many of them have put down a lot of things that they were doing before just because they want to work with me. Some of them left their old jobs. Okay, it is Ruga I want to work with now. So doesn't that tell you something? Now you want to you want to chill. You understand? That's kind of selfish and that's stupid.
Because people are sacrificing.
People are sacrificing something because of you. People are believing in your goal. You understand?
Yeah.
You have to do it. And anytime I think about that, I'm like, yes, all of us were going to be happy. You understand? I will make sure. You feel me?
I think, okay. I'm trying to find out which one drives a person more. Is it the need to do right by other people? Okay, yeah, but you've escaped the trenches, so that one's very basic. But the need to do right to the people who invest in you. You look at them and you see a reason why you must go on. That's also a big driver. I've never really been driven by the people around me. So
Man, the people around me, they drive me.
I'm driven by spite.
You, interesting, man. People around me now, I'm driven by the love, you understand, I receive from these people. Because, trust me.
Yeah, you did well with, you did amazing rather with Toro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, big ups on the Colors
Thank you so much.
partnership.
Thank you so much.
That was amazing. This is also, yeah, of course, it's part of the album.
Mm-hmm.
And with this album, what would what would people get from it that would, satisfy the inner part of you? What do you expect people to take from it in a way that will satisfy the inner part of you and say, okay, yeah, this was successful?
I mean, every song on that album is very relatable.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't just make music out of just making music or trying to go and make a club banger, trying to, dive into what everyone is diving into. For sure, whatever I'm feeling, whatever experience I've been through, millions of people have been through that same experience. So when they hear it, a lot of people would just relate to it immediately. Like, damn,
it feels like being seen.
This didn't happen to me. I'll give you an instance. Like, you see, Rob Mines.
Yeah.
This is me talking about ghosting somebody. I ghosted her.
Okay.
Now I'm back in a city. After we were together when I was in a city. I ghosted her when I left. After we did whatever, I ghosted her. Now I'm back in the city and I want to link up again. Tell me who makes that kind of music. You understand me?
Yeah.
Tell me who makes that kind of music.
Yeah, a lot of people can relate to that.
You understand what I'm saying? That is it. It's just like the music is there. The words, like the word play. They would understand that this is talent.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to, no matter how much you want to bash it, no matter how much you want to say, you don't like Roger's personality, you don't like that. You understand that this is talent. Because how did he put the story properly together to make it soothing to the ears?
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I think you're enjoying this interview so much.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I said something
Yeah.
in Giveaway featuring Zlatan. I said, I'm obsessed. I'm so in love with myself. I dey bust my own brain, still impressing myself. That's what I'm doing. I'm impressing myself. And I do some things, I'll just be like, boy.
Yeah.
Get away from here. Get that.
Yeah.
Too good.
Yeah, too good. And just before we go, thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm having the time of my life. But just before we go,
is this wine?
No, why would I whine? They see me, they laugh here now.
He's having the time of his life.
I am. I've been. Yeah, this is one of the. I don't usually laugh a lot in interviews.
No worries, because we're even in an interview now. On a normal day.
Yeah.
You don't tear your shirt. Go tear your shirt, they laugh. No worries.
So you've given so much to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give your essence, you give your creativity, you give yourself. Being a musician is a lot like just embracing the world, generosity. What do you then keep for yourself?
Oh, I keep my sanity.
Huh.
Yeah, I keep it. I remember, and I keep God with me every time. That's what makes me whole.
Sanity and God. Throw it all.
It's very important. Because this industry make you run mad. You feel mad though.
Yeah, true.
You go waka.
Yeah.
You go come on your shirts.
Yeah.
You go waka for streets. No worry.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
This is fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.